Are you finished? Snap out of everything earthy, I advise you. No, I'm just. All of the reality hints to us that all this is not sustainable. It doesn't exist. All of it is in our imagination. Everyone is dreaming. Completely. If you would put in front of you the correct spiritual filter, you would see that nobody exists at all. Just some clots of low level of consciousness that deal with something there, like it's shown in movies sometimes. Sleeping people in some sort of cocoons, which fly on some sort of spaceship to a different world. They were purposely put to sleep, emerged into some kind of liquid solution, and so they float in this formalin hooked into some kind of tubes. So even that doesn't exist in our world. Well, your imagination works pretty well, let me tell you. Also, you described all that. You said clots of some sort of fantasy, or something of that sort you've just described. If we apply the right filter, yeah, if we applied the right filter on everything that's being sensed by us, which would sort out all of our internal fluctuations, perceptions, and would leave only what really exists external to our relation to it, then we would have gotten complete, absolute darkness. Darkness, yes, and nothing else. Nothing exists. Because everything that we perceive are in inanimate, vegetative, and animal levels. These are so-called preliminary prep stages, which are given to us so we would exit to the level of true reality. But that true reality doesn't exist. We must create it ourselves. It doesn't exist. The moment you create the quality of bestowal in you, that moment, in that quality of bestowal, you begin to create that reality. You're the creator. When we say there is none else besides him, we mean this quality, or your capability to create this higher state. And how is this possible that on top of this darkness being put this amount of huge? Why huge? What are you talking about? It's such a trifle, not noticeable whatsoever. There's nothing of it exists. Everything, nothing more but small fluctuations in something in our unconscious state. What's there to it? But for a person, these volumes, I'm just saying, that's because you've zoomed out, so you achieved such volume. If you compress it to normal, real boundaries, you will discover that nothing exists. It all disappeared. Depending on the focal point, on which quality you're observing this world from, either from the point of reception or point of bestowal. From the point of bestowal, our world does not exist, because it lacks this quality. From the point of reception, it exists on such low level that even that is considered so-called point in our world. And for you, this moment of revelation, when you discovered it, how shocking was it for you? Frankly, I already had suspicions. Many people suspected, I think. It's not necessary to reveal it in your own qualities. At the end, it reveals itself to be so logical that I myself strive toward it without Kabbalah. So well, I'm molded that way, to be estranged and divert. I feel myself good when I perceive the world that way. It attracts me. When I don't feel the matter, I feel myself good. I'm telling you the way it was. So I was striving toward it because I felt that all these spinning electrons, all these humans, all this, well, I felt like precisely that is not real. Precisely that is unimportant, not worth it. Precisely that is some kind of wallpaper in front of you that doesn't let you see the reality, the truth. I had this clear-cut impression from my childhood. So when I heard for the first time that Kabbalah has the same view on things, I simply jumped on it. I began to dig into the books without understanding what I was reading, by just catching a word I knew here and there. Thankfully, I found a friend that read all those books for me aloud. But you had preconditions that accumulated by the time. Yes, definitely, I had it. All my life I felt unsatisfied. Nothing fulfilled me from this reality. Why was I born? Why do I exist? Although I had everything in abundance, everything I wanted. I was born into to a noble family. I could choose any education, anything you need, please just take. Any hobby, any books, any textbooks, anything you want, no problem at all. Anything for education, anything for studying. No problem whatsoever. But I was attracted to this more than to anything else. But nevertheless, it turns out you look at the people. They live by certain things until certain period in their lives. We know of middle life crisis where we all have at 30s. For that reason, very often we see people come to study Kabbalah at that age. They've achieved something in life. They've gotten proof that it's worth nothing, and there are people that continue to live on like that, and there are those that come to this understanding. You yourself came at that age. No, I would have come to Rabash much earlier. I would have come to him, I think, probably somewhere, probably at the age of 13 or 14. Yeah. Because even when I studied in the university, all that was an attempt to find something. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had strength to study. I jumped from one subject to another. I was a lazy bum. Nothing attracted me. I couldn't force myself to deal with something I didn't see importance in. Although, if something is important for me, there is no such thing as laziness for me. It's with everybody like that. It's all about the importance. But from other side, through that you've sensed the other edge of life. Well, all that derived from deep sensation of discontent.